What if everything you believe about love is wrong? What if the stories you've carried since childhood, the stories of soulmates, of perfect halves, of destiny drawing two people together, were never truths at all, but illusions? And yet, this dream of the soulmate, the dream that someone out there was made for you, was not invented by poets or modern films. No, it was whispered first by one of the greatest philosophers in history, Plato. Inside his dialogue, the Symposium, lies a myth that has echoed through centuries, shaping how we long, how we suffer, and how we imagine love. The myth says, you are incomplete, you are half, and somewhere out there is another half, your missing piece. And if you find them, you will be whole again. This is the story that has bewitched our hearts. But here is the secret. Plato never intended for you to stay with the myth. He wanted you to question it, to pierce through it, to discover something deeper, something far more terrifying and far more liberating. Because Plato's true teaching about love is not about completion. It is about awakening. And once you understand it, you will never see love the same way again. Let us return to Athens. The year is around 416 BC. Imagine a banquet, a symposium. The air is heavy with the smell of wine. Oil lamps flicker against marble walls, and some of the most brilliant men of the age gather together to speak of love. One by one, they rise to give their accounts. And then Aristophanes, the comic playwright, takes his turn. But instead of delivering a sober, logical speech, he offers a myth that feels like poetry and prophecy at once. He tells of a time before this time, a time when humans were not as we are now. Back then, each person was whole. They had 4 arms, 4 legs, 2 faces joined in a single head. They rolled across the earth like mighty spheres. Some were male and male, some female and female, some male and female together. They were powerful, so powerful, Aristophanes says, that they threatened even the gods. And the gods, fearing their strength, decided to weaken them. Zeus raised his thunderbolt, and he split them in 2, half of what they were, forever torn from their other self. From that day forward, each human wandered the earth in search of the half they had lost. And when they finally found each other, when eyes met, when bodies pressed together, they felt an ancient recognition, a desperate relief. Here at last is what I was missing. Aristophanes tells us this is love, the longing to be whole again, the hunger to return to our original nature. Listen to the beauty and the tragedy of his words. And when one of them meets with his other half, the actual half of himself, the pair are lost in an amazement of love and friendship and intimacy, and one will not be out of the other's sight even for a moment. Is this not what we feel when we fall in love? That dizzying recognition, that dangerous certainty. This is it. This is the one. Aristophanes gave us more than a myth. He gave us the blueprint of our romantic imagination, the belief in the one, the obsession with completion, the promise that love will save us from our loneliness. This is where the modern idea of soulmates was born. But we must be careful, because every myth carries not only beauty, but danger. Think of the language we use today. She is my better half. He completes me. I cannot live without them. Do you see the shadow of Aristophanes' myth? It still haunts us, but here lies the danger. If you believe someone else completes you, then you also believe you are broken without them. You believe you are half, inadequate, empty, and so you cling. Not out of love, but out of fear. Fear of loneliness, fear of being unworthy, fear of being half. The soulmate myth is beautiful, but it is also a trap, because if you believe wholeness comes only through another, then you give away your power. Your happiness becomes hostage to someone else's presence. And when they are gone, when betrayal, death, or time rips them away, you collapse, because they were not just a person to you, they were your missing half. But what happens if your half changes? What if they wound you? What if they betray you? Do you still remain broken forever? Do you live incomplete for the rest of your life? Do you see the illusion? The soulmate myth gives you beauty, but it also gives you slavery. You become addicted not to love, but to completion. And so I ask you, when you are in love, are you truly loving the person? Or are you only in love with the feeling of being whole? Here is where Plato's genius reveals itself. Aristophanes' myth is moving. It seduces the heart. But Plato does not end his dialogue there. Instead, he saves the final word for Socrates, and through Socrates he delivers a truth far deeper. Socrates says, love, eros, is not about possession. It is not about completing what is missing. It is about ascent. He describes it as a ladder. At the bottom rung, you love the beauty of one body. This is the stage most never leave. They worship flesh, intoxicated by desire, trapped by appearances. But if you climb, you begin to see beauty everywhere. Not in just one body, but in all bodies. Higher still, you discover the beauty of the soul. You fall in love with virtue, with wisdom, with goodness. And still higher, you fall in love with knowledge itself, with truth, with that which never fades. At the summit, you no longer love mere people or things. You love the very essence of beauty itself, eternal, unchanging, divine. This is the true purpose of love, not to fill an emptiness, not to find your other half, but to awaken something within you. Plato's secret is this: a soulmate is not someone who completes you. A soulmate is someone who awakens you. Most people never climb Plato's ladder. They remain stuck on the first rung, mistaking attraction for destiny, mistaking obsession for true connection. They meet someone who excites their senses, and they whisper, "This must be fate." But what they call a soulmate is often only a shadow. Think of the lovers who consume each other, the ones who cannot breathe unless the other is near, the ones who confuse suffocation with passion. They say, "I can't live without you." And the world praises this as romance. But Plato would shake his head, because this is not love. This is dependency. Dependency is not a fire that enlightens. It is a fire that burns everything to ash. Have you seen it? The couple who orbit each other so tightly that they forget the world, they forget themselves. Their entire existence collapses into obsession with one another. And when one walks away, the other is destroyed. Not because they have lost love, but because they have lost their anchor, their illusion of wholeness. Plato would call this a false soulmate. A false soulmate does not liberate you, they enslave you. A false soulmate does not awaken you, they sedate you. A false soulmate does not make you whole, they remind you of your emptiness. These loves burn brightly, yes, but like fire, they consume everything they touch. So what, then, is the test? How do you know if what you have is true love, or just another false mirror? Plato gives us a way to see. The question is simple. Does this love make you ascend? Does it awaken something in you that was asleep? Does it make you more virtuous, more truthful, more alive? Does it move you closer to wisdom, closer to eternity? Or does it chain you to need? Does it diminish you, make you smaller, more afraid, more desperate? This is the line between love and illusion. Real love does not complete you. It challenges you. It forces you to face yourself. It exposes your weakness and demands that you grow stronger. The true soulmate is not the one who makes life easy. They are the one who unsettles you, who disturbs your comfort, who shakes you awake. Sometimes they will feel less like a gentle embrace and more like a storm. And yet, that storm will reveal who you really are. Real love, Plato teaches, is not possession. It is transformation. Let us return to the ladder of love, Plato's grand vision. At the lowest level, love is blind. It is hungry. It devours what is beautiful without understanding why. But as you ascend, love becomes more refined, more demanding, more sacred, from one body to all bodies, from bodies to souls, from souls to truth, from truth to the eternal. Do you see the path? The lover who remains at the bottom rung forever searches for completion in others. They chase soulmates, one after another, hoping someone will make them whole. But the one who climbs discovers a greater truth, that love is not about finding your missing half. It is about remembering that you were never half at all. When you climb the ladder, you realize no person can complete you, and no person needs to, because you are whole. And when you are whole, love ceases to be desperation. It becomes celebration. You no longer clutch at another out of fear. You choose them out of strength. At the summit of the ladder, Plato gives us his final vision. Here, love is no longer about people at all. It is about the eternal. It is about beauty itself, not the beauty of flesh or the beauty of personality, but the beauty that is timeless, unchanging, divine. This is the highest love. It does not fade with time. It does not wither with age. It does not betray. It is the love of truth, the love of wisdom, the love of what is eternal. This is where Plato reveals his true secret. The soulmate you are seeking may not even be a person. It may be knowledge, it may be virtue, it may be wisdom itself. And when you fall in love with these, when your soul burns for truth the way it once burned for another body, then you have discovered the true purpose of love. Love was never about filling your emptiness. It was about awakening your fullness. Love is never just tenderness. It is also power. Plato understood that every relationship balances on this dangerous edge. Who controls? Who follows? Who gives more? Who takes more? Even the sweetest romances carry a hidden struggle for dominance. Look closely at any couple. You will see it. The subtle negotiations, the unspoken battles. One pulls, the other resists. One demands, the other yields. Most people never admit this, but Plato would not shy away. He knew love reveals power. When we are in love, we are at our most vulnerable. And where there is vulnerability, there is the temptation to control. How many men and women disguise control as care? How many whisper, "I only want what's best for you," while secretly trying to bend the other to their will? Plato would warn us, if your love is built on control, then it is not love. It is tyranny in disguise. A true soulmate does not dominate you. They free you. They do not make you smaller to feel larger themselves. They challenge you to rise to their height. But where there is power, there is also fear. Fear of losing them. Fear of being betrayed. Fear of being abandoned. Fear makes us cling. Fear makes us jealous. Fear makes us suspicious, controlling, desperate. Plato teaches us that fear is the enemy of love. When you love out of fear, you do not love the person. You love the security they give you. You are not drawn to their soul, but to the comfort they provide. This is why so many relationships collapse. They are built on fear disguised as passion. Have you seen it? The jealous lover who tracks every move. The insecure partner who tests loyalty again and again. This is not love. This is prison. Plato's secret is that real love can only exist in freedom. If your love is bound by fear, it is doomed to corrode. But if it is born from strength, it has the power to transcend. Now let us speak of respect. Respect is the measure of true love. Without respect, passion is empty. Without respect, attraction is shallow. Without respect, love is a chain, not a choice. Respect is the recognition of the other as equal, as sovereign, as whole. Plato insists you do not seek your missing half in them. You recognize another soul that mirrors your own wholeness. Respect means you do not try to possess. You do not try to consume. You do not try to mold them into your image. You honor their independence even as you share your intimacy. Think of it this way. Lust says, I want to have you. Fear says, I need to keep you. But respect says, I see you, and I will not diminish you. And it is in this seeing that true love is born. Here lies Plato's most radical idea. Your soulmate is not your missing half. They are your mirror. They do not complete you. They reveal you. Every flaw you deny in yourself, they will expose. Every weakness you hide, they will uncover. Every dream you suppress, they will ignite. This is why soulmate love can be so painful. It is not the comfort of always being understood. It is the sharpness of being seen too clearly. Your soulmate is not here to protect you from yourself. They are here to confront you with yourself. And so many run from this. Because to face such a mirror is terrifying. But if you endure, if you accept what is revealed, then you grow, you ascend, you transform. This is why Plato says the purpose of love is not pleasure, it is awakening. Let us pause and step into psychology. Modern thinkers echo Plato without even knowing it. Carl Jung spoke of the anima and the animus, the hidden inner halves of our psyche. He taught that the people we fall in love with often carry the qualities we suppress in ourselves. This is why love feels like recognition, why we look at someone and say, I know you, even though I've never met you. Because, in truth, we are recognizing the hidden parts of ourselves. But Plato goes further. He tells us, the purpose of this recognition is not just romance, it is transformation. When you love someone deeply, they awaken your hidden self. They drag your shadows into the light. They call forth your better nature. And in this way, they force you to climb the ladder. Love is the most dangerous and the most divine of teachers. Plato does not romanticize love. He exposes its tragedy. For even the deepest soulmate bond faces the cruelty of time. Beauty fades, flesh weakens, death comes. Every embrace carries the shadow of eventual separation. And yet, Plato says this is not the end, because the soul is eternal, and love, true love, reaches beyond the grave. Think of it. Why do we still speak of loves from thousands of years ago? Why does the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, of Tristan and Isolde, of Romeo and Juliet still haunt us? Because love leaves an echo, an imprint, a vibration in the human soul that time cannot erase. Plato whispers, even if the body is lost, the connection is not. That is the tragedy and the beauty of love. Plato's greatest teaching comes in his Symposium, the ladder of love. At the lowest rung is desire for a body, the hunger for beauty, the fire of passion. But if you climb, you see that beauty is not just flesh. It exists in character, in virtue, in action. Climb higher, and beauty reveals itself in art, in music, in poetry, in philosophy. Climb higher still, and you glimpse beauty in truth itself, the harmony of existence, the divine order of the cosmos. And finally, at the top of the ladder, you see beauty itself, not in any face, not in any form, but in the eternal, the divine, the infinite. This is Plato's secret. Every soulmate, every lover, every kiss, and every heartbreak are but rungs on the ladder. They are not the final destination. They are the guides, the teachers, the ones who lift your gaze to eternity. Here, Plato reveals the paradox. We seek a soulmate in flesh. We dream of a perfect match, a perfect union. But the true soulmate is not in the world. It is in the eternal. Every person you love is a reflection of a greater love, your soul's longing for the divine. This is why every romance feels incomplete, no matter how beautiful, because no human can contain infinity. And yet, this incompleteness is not failure, it is the design. Your longing is meant to remain, because longing keeps you climbing, longing keeps you seeking, longing keeps you alive. The true soulmate is not someone you lose yourself in. It is the eternal beauty that every soul is secretly pursuing. Your lovers are the mirrors, eternity is the flame. So what does this mean for us, here and now? It means you must never mistake possession for love. You must never confuse dependency for devotion. You must never believe that losing someone means losing everything, because love is larger than any one person. Love is the current that moves the stars. Love is the fire that lights the mind. Love is the echo that outlives death. Plato's secret is that soulmates are not given, they are awakened. Every time you truly love, you uncover another layer of your soul. You climb another rung of the ladder. You ascend closer to eternity. This is why he warns, love is not safe. It is not easy. It will break you. It will expose you. It will demand everything. But it will also make you immortal. Imagine it, you standing alone in the silence, the faces you loved gone, the voices that once comforted you faded, and yet within you a flame burns. That flame is every soul you have ever loved, every bond, every kiss, every betrayal, every embrace. They are not lost, they are echoes in your soul, and those echoes guide you upward, toward beauty itself. This is Plato's secret. Not that there is one soulmate waiting for you, but that every love, every loss, every longing is shaping you into something eternal. You are not just a seeker of love, you are the embodiment of it. So, remember this. Do not ask, where is my soulmate? Ask instead, what has love awakened in me? Do not cling in fear. Do not control in desperation. Do not worship the illusion of completion. Instead, climb. Because love is not just about finding, it is about becoming. And in the end, you will realize the soulmate was never outside of you. The soulmate was the eternal within you, and that is Plato's secret.